we're here with Dustin Kaufman, who not only is a Highland basketball legend, you can find out so in the record book, but he's also a big CrossFit guy over at 924. Is that how you say it?
924 CrossFit.
There you go. 924 CrossFit in Berlin. And he was recently participated in the 2014 Gladiator Games at the Quaker Dome in New Philly and came up with the win. So give us a little background about what CrossFit is.
CrossFit is just, cross-functional fitness.
Okay.
It doesn't, you've got people that will just lift heavy weights, or people like myself, like I used to, will just do cardio. Mm-hmm. This CrossFit kind of mixes both in order to help lead a better lifestyle. You're not going to be tired walking up steps. You can pick up heavier weight, do more. It's improved my golf game. My drive's gone farther this year, but it translates so much more for everyday life with what we do in the gym. And it's not just going into bench press and squat, or just going to run for 5 miles. We kind of get the best of both worlds. Mm-hmm. So you're laying on the ground sweating every day, and you like it.
Yeah, and you can blast it like Roy McIlroy, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
We talked a little bit about 924 CrossFit in Berlin. How does that work? How often do you guys work out there, and what is 924 CrossFit?
924 CrossFit was started by Pete Doan and Tim Schleyball. Mm-hmm. They kind of got together. They worked out at other gyms and said, let's do this in Berlin. Mm-hmm. And so they put it together in Berlin. It started small. It's right across from Subway. They're moving down the road in the coming months here.
Nice.
New facility there. So check that out. But
sure.
It got started just two guys that love fitness, and I think the thing that really helped us grow, there's a fitness, obviously there's a fitness side of this, but just the social and the networking part of it. A lot of friendships and just relationships have been built at that gym. And, it's great to go get a sweat, feel good about yourself, see people that, you wouldn't normally be friends with or even communicate with, really.
Yeah, that's interesting you say it, because CrossFit seems like kind of a buzzword right now in the exercise world. And you're right, it does kind of create a lot of interaction, a lot of people coming together and working towards goals, obviously.
Yes, exactly. And there's kind of a negative outlook on CrossFit by some people, but honestly, I was a CrossFit hater at one time.
Yeah, a little skeptic.
Well, I was very skeptical of it. You can even ask Pete. He just casually asked me about it before I even started, and I was like, well, I kind of like to just ride my bike, but I gave it a try, and I definitely drink the Kool-Aid now.
Yeah, nice.
It's got a bet in the media today. So many people, they're tired of hearing about this, they're tired of hearing about that, and I can understand that, but until you've actually been there, you don't understand why people can't shut up about it. It's so much fun to be there. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's helped you prepare for the Gladiator Games. Let's talk about that a little now. You won the Gladiator Games, which is awesome. Way to go.
Thank you.
But what was the Gladiator Game? Did you have to? How did you win? Is there certain categories? How many events did you participate in? And how's the scoring done?
The games, it's a local competition in New Philly. It's about 32 guys, something like that. But the ages were 18 to, I'm not sure, the oldest competitor, I'd say in his 40s. But the way it worked was there were actually 4 events. Some were separated into 2 different scores. But each event, whoever won the event would get 1 point, and second place got 2 points. And so, that's how it went for every event. And at the end of the day, all the points were added up, and the person with the least amount of points, they won the games.
Right.
And that's where, going back to what CrossFit is, we don't want to develop, it doesn't matter if I walk into the gym and I can bench press 2,000 pounds. If I can do that, but I run a 20-minute mile and, I have chicken legs, I'm good at one event, so I got 1 point there, but if I'm bad at everything else and get 30-some points, I'll never go anywhere with it. So we really try to, I'm not saying be average, but we're really trying to be proficient across the board, not just good at 1 or 2 things and bad at the rest.
So you run a 20-minute mile?
No.
We know he doesn't.
No, I enjoy the running part too more than most, so
right.
that helps me too.
Are you going to participate in the triathlon this year? I know that was a big event for you last year?
Well, I was a little disappointed because I really enjoy swimming.
Mhm.
Not something you see too often in CrossFit, but
Right.
it's still there. But this year they had moved they turned it to a duathlon,
Mhm.
and so I am still debating it,
Mhm.
but I have to see if it works out with my schedule. I've
Sure.
got some other competitions coming up.
Nice.
So we'll see where we're at.
So obviously, CrossFit has done a lot for you. What are some of those things like that you notice by doing it in everyday life? Do you feel healthier? Are you less tired? What are those things that I'm sure you got to have a special diet maybe to go along with a lot of this. But what are those things that add to your everyday life just by doing CrossFit?
Well, on the mornings that I wake up before work and I'll go work out all day. My blood's just flowing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good. Even if you have a bad day in the gym, it's still better than a bad day anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So, the blood's flowing, I'm just chipper all day. If I don't get my workout in the morning, it's something I have to look forward to all day.
Mm-hmm.
I go to work, but then, I'm kind of asking around, what are we doing today? What's going
Right.
on? And so I have that to look forward to. As far as diet, it has definitely helped me with my diet.
Mm-hmm.
When I was kind of doing stuff on my own with my running and everything like that, I kind of watched what I ate, but
you're a baker too, so you do like to bake.
When you like baking cakes and stuff like that, it makes it real hard.
Right.
I got neighbors that are starting to hate me because I'm giving so much baked goods away. But CrossFit, there's two. I actually went to a seminar to get a level 1 certificate for CrossFit,
Mm-hmm.
and they talked about 2 different kinds of diets. There's a zone diet and the paleo diet, and just being more aware of that stuff, I've noticed the contents of my fridge shift over from more pre-made things and just stuff that I could go quick to I've got spinach and vegetables and chicken
Mhm.
in my fridge.
Right.
So I'm still not the best dieter. I'd like to get there. So if any tips there, let me know. But the thing I found that's been the best for me is the lower or shorter the shelf life, the better.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to have it cooked in 3 or 4 days of buying it, it's a lot better for me.
Sure.
Works. There's not as many preservatives and everything.
Right. Well, I'm sure you've been an inspiration for a lot of people to exercise, and an inspiration for 924 to go to Gladiator games and do these other events. So, but these people that you're inspiring, how can they hook up with 924, or how can they become a part of CrossFit in Berlin?
Well, the 924 family is great.
Mm-hmm.
At the Gladiator games, we might have been the most hated gym there just because we had probably 20 people that weren't participating that
That's
were
great.
just there. We had 5 athletes from the gym competing, and we had a lot of fans there, and that was great to see. They motivated us to compete when they got loud.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to just not pick the bar up again and everybody's screaming your name, makes it a lot easier. But for somebody that's kind of curious or even intimidated about it,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I hear the most when I suggest, why don't you come out? And a lot of people are, I'm just intimidated. I can't lift as much weight
Take
as
that
guy.
first step.
Yeah. And the beauty of CrossFit is everything is scalable.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to come in and run you don't have to come in and be able to lift, 300 pounds.
Sure.
You don't have to come in and be able to lift a lot right away at all. If you're interested, 924 has an introduction class. It's kind of like a foundations basic class. That is Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday at 6:15
In the morning.
p.m.
PM. Okay.
And then you've got you're one-on-one with the coach, or maybe there's 2 or 3 other people in that class with you, but they're showing you just the body weight movements, because everything in CrossFit can be scrunched down into pretty much body weight movements. And then build off of those to, if I learn how to just do a squat with just my body, if I do that perfectly, then I can put a bar on my back, maybe put one on the front, not at the same time.
Yeah.
But then maybe even start doing squats with the weight above my head. But as long as we build those foundations, we will get stronger in the other lifts.
Great.
And, one of the things is I think some people get discouraged. They tune into ESPN and they watch the games and they see, 6 packs and just muscles everywhere.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those. It's not a get fit quick pill.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put the work in. You can't come and just breathe the air and do it. But it's addicting.
Mm-hmm.
You see other people, breaking personal records. They set a PR on a back squat. You kind of want to do a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just feeds off of each other, and it's really not a threatening environment at the Berlin gym 924 either.
Right.
I mean, there's not that one guy that lifts in the corner by himself and doesn't talk to you.
Right.
I mean, if you try to be that guy, Pete's gonna find you and talk to you, and he's gonna
Work you
talk
in.
to you.
He's gonna plug you in.
He's gonna talk your ear off.
Right.
I mean, he just loves to get people involved, and
Great.
so there's no. I don't see a reason why to not try it.
Sure.
If you hate it after you've tried it, that's your business.
Right.
But I'm really glad I finally did try it.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Dustin. Again, he's the 2014 Gladiator Games champion.